Yeah, man. Welcome back to the channel, Tune Reacts. We in here, man. We in here.
Hip hop news. Hit
It's
me, Sam
Protect
N at
Judge Joe
DLSMediaInc1 at
at all
gmail.com.
costs after exposing this
DLSMediaInc1 at
powerful black
gmail.com. Let's
gatekeeper
go.
for trying to set
I'm
him
gonna
up.
tell on somebody. We got Negroes.
Okay.
They had
But Judge Joe, he always,
2014. Myself and another group,
talking his shit,
came up with
man.
some stuff. We were selling it. NAPTE is National Association of Television Producers and Executives. Okay. Somebody black who is supposed to be all this and that, who was a front for CBS, was over there, and we sent a spy over
Who you
there.
talking about, Joe?
Cubano sister. And she recorded him trying to work out a deal with CBS to set me up, which would have been for several million in penalties. So he wound up trying to get me to do a reenactment court thing, which I wasn't going to do. And he included the exact language we heard him being told about by CBS in this proposed contract, word for word, which would have caused me to be suffering several $1 million in liability to CBS. So when he came and proposed it to me, let's just put it this way. The truth of the matter is CBS and Fox at the time, and I suspect still do, had a contract agreement wherein CBS could not get on cable or satellite without going through Fox. Aside from that being politically incorrect, they had an out, which was if they went through a minority source or vendor. So find you a minority source or vendor, and you can get it on. It doesn't make any difference if everything you're going to have in this catalog of reruns that supposedly black is already on. And CBS is notorious for trying to cut people out of their residuals and what they're supposed to get, which is what Monique's talking about. Well, is that a black hero or is that just another black front? You can use your imagination as to, well, I don't like him.
But that was kind of, I don't know like the person you're talking about. Right. But that was my next question.
Who is this nigga talking about?
You think Judge Mathis was a...
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this.
You know.
I'm not talking about Mathis.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm actually...
No, I'll tell you, it's not him. I'm talking about Byron Allen.
Okay. That's the name. Okay. Wow.
That's the name.
There's the name.
We recorded him trying to betray me and some other people when he was at NAPTE for CBS's benefit.
You call that nigga out, bro.
At NAPTE for CBS's benefit. Wow. So just keep that in mind. And also, they needed a front Negro, so they got one.
Man. Wow. So that being said, we talk about that all the time. How they use us and they'll put us as the front person to kind of
wreck everybody else.
Yes, sir.
So that's. And by the way, this thing he's doing now about new content, that wasn't a thing. Everything was a rerun catalog, and it was already on the air. So what was the point of it?
Wow. Good, brother.
You're right about the reruns,
yeah, we definitely appreciate you, man. Once again, Judge Joe Brown on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. How's the mayoral race going? Or you still in run?
Yeah, in all the polls I'm leading. We have no runoff. It's nonpartisan. You can't declare a party for this thing.
Okay.
And the last one they had 10 people for a straw poll. Understand, you don't have to get the absolute majority. There's one more vote than the next highest person. Well, I had 47% for the time they ran out of 9 alternatives, and the next person was 11 points below me. And it's gotten ludicrous. We had one idiot that was talking about the way for Memphis to succeed is to give us extra money to bring in billionaires so they can make more money here, and we should sacrifice our interests so they can show us how to do it. If you lost your mind.
Right. Man. We definitely appreciate you.
And see, they have all kinds of little scams here. They get
them niggas trying to get that nigga off this motherfucker.
They acquire city property that's been confiscated
like,
for non-payment of taxes. And the city sells it to them for chump change, and the city rents it back from them for more per month than they paid for it. So it's racket. Things go under the table. And Memphis is probably the most corrupt city in the United States. It always has been, but never have they had so many opportunities in the United States.
He said Memphis
always go under the table. And Memphis is probably the most corrupt city in the United States. It always has been, but never have they had so many opportunities. Now, right here, we have folk who were supposedly woke, and they get to talking about white supremacy and white racism causing the police, white racist police. Well, guess what the reality is? Between 65 and 70% of the police department is black. 80% of the command authority in the police department is black. 60% of the criminal court judges are black women. And let's say 65+% of the jury pool is black. So just how did that equate to being white folk jamming up black folk? Oh, the chief of police is a black man.
Look at this nigga face. He like, man, this nigga don't hurry up.
Where can people go to support?
Oh,
he's saying some real shit. That shit going over their head. Yeah. Man. These little young niggas, man.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, Judge, on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Let the people know where they can find you and where they can support you.
You there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
All right. I hear you.
All right.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir, we can.
All right. Okay, on Twitter, you can get me at Judge Joe Brown TV. And I actually got a blue check thanks to Elon Musk, the new boss. He gave me 5 days to get it squared out. I got my blue check in 2 days after 7 years of trying. They said they didn't believe it was me. By the way, you see what dude did this week? They just had a practice countdown for the most powerful rocket ever made that should be able to get more than 100 people to Mars in one flight, let alone to the moon. So it will be able, the booster will land vertically at the spaceport so it doesn't drop into the ocean. And it can get up to 150 tons of payload into a low Earth orbit with, 16 million pounds of thrust. That's a bad boy. So that's what he's doing, but he's still paying attention to Twitter. I just put that as an interjection. Also, I do service and sauce.
Yes, sir.
Service, JJB2023.com. That's Judge Joe Brown in 2023 for mayor of Memphis, Tennessee. Send Brown downtown, take back your town. We're going to make this to Detroit for the 21st century, and we invite everybody to come in as long as you're legal. This will not be a sanctuary city. Next thing, in addition to JJB 2023, I do sauce. There is a very excellent barbecue sauce that comes under the brand Judge Joe Brown Barbecue, JJBBBQ.com. You can order some online. I would suggest that you get the 3-pack. That's probably most economical in shipping. We also have it by the case. It will be going on sale on the shelves, and certain grocery chains have already ordered a few thousand cases so that they can market it. Tiffany Haddish is an investor, and she and I have been doing some crazy commercials that should be hitting out. And also, there's the beautiful Dr. Cheyenne Bryant who's doing the commercials. And guys, that's a profound person to be dealing with if you got mental health problems. Plus, she looks like a movie star. Whoa! So it's gonna be all the way live.
This nigga, you can tell this nigga must be high too.
Sauce, hot and mild. OG's coming out. We've got the powder or seasoning and hot, mild. We've got chicken links, raw, smoked, mild, or spicy. And they're put up by the only black.
He going in, bro. Yeah, man. Nah, but OG, man, he always be going in, man. Judge Joe. Always exposing these niggas. Always speaking his mind, man. We need people out there really, speaking that truth, man. Walking in their damn truth, But that shit cool, man. Like he said, be a lot of people flip-flocking, playing both sides, and still trying to walk out here with personas and shit. Fake personas and shit. And knowing damn well you working for the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You're working against your own people, against your own damn self. You know what I'm saying? So, boy was dropping some jewels, man. They was kind of, fading out. He was talking a lot, but, he was saying some valid shit. That's why I said that shit probably going over their head and shit, man. But y'all already know, man. Y'all leave a comment, though, man. Y'all let me know how y'all like it. And you already know, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. And yeah, man.